think Ubisoft has a really nice looking booth because you have to vote as an audience member on what you want to see next. It's like a choose your own adventure. I thought that was pretty cool.
Number 2.
EA has a booth? Oh, I'm sorry. You mean that 20 football field size monstrosity that you couldn't miss if you slung a dead cat?
Number 1.
Sony booth is a monster. There's so many corners and niches and hidden rooms to it, you know, and it's very functional, but it's great looking too.
Bigger, flashier, the Sony booth not only had to show off its fresh batch of PS2 games, it also needed to flaunt the new PSP. The god of gaudy certainly bestowed his blessings upon them this year. While not quite as spectacular as the Sony booth, Nintendo's real estate at E3 is designed to suck as many people into their grasp as possible to test their wares. So let's peek at some choice specimens the GameCube is going to slip our way. Link gets all hunky on us, Samus clones herself, and Resident Evil takes a turn for the worse. But that's a good thing. What does every blockhead want? Let's consult the Magic Cube to find out.
Number 5.
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. It sounds stupid, but it's a platformer you play with bongo drums. And the amazing thing about it is, like, imagine kind of Punch-Out style fighting where you're facing another person. The left drum is your left hand, the right drum is your right hand. So you're like beating the guy up with your two drums like this. And it just feels really original. You haven't played anything like this. And likewise, when you're running sideways, you tap the right drum to run, you hit both, you clap your hands, you do all these things to make the character perform stuff. It's a big difference from playing with a little joypad.
Number 4.
Nintendo has always taken these crazy risks with their franchise. There are so many different versions of Mario, from Mario Party to Super Mario Sunshine to Paper Mario. Paper Mario 2 is the latest iteration of that. Every time I bring somebody over to look at this, it blows their mind. Because we're now at the point where graphically we can start taking these risks with games and create a game that looks like it's flat and the characters have this kind of two-dimensional element, but in a pseudo 3D environment. It looks great.
It looks great. The one on the 64 was so awesome. I hope that they make more copies of this one so we can all have it.
Number 3.
Resident Evil 4 is going to be groundbreaking in many ways. The graphics raise the bar. The gameplay has evolved. The zombies now, they work together. It creates new game. You'll have to escape to roofs, trying to, they'll put a ladder up in a window. You'll escape to a roof to try to avoid them. You'll have to, hold them off at the window they're coming out of. Yeah, unbelievable gameplay.
It looked great. The physics engine, the zombies are getting knocked back when you're hitting them in specific parts, taking off their heads. So it's very cool.
Number 2.
Oh, Metroid Prime. That's another one that adds multiplayer to the mix. It's going to be another exclusive that's really going to be, set the GameCube apart. The multiplayer is amazing.
This time they added more storyline, more cutscenes, and multiplayer. Deathmatch, you turn into the ball, get all types of power-ups.
Yeah, the fact that you can change in the ball on the fly, you lay bombs, you get all kinds of weapons. Some of the weapons can freeze your adversaries. Good stuff. Yeah, all new gameplay. It's going to be very fresh. I like it.
Number 1.
A lot of people were expecting Nintendo to push the cartoony style of the Wind Waker released last year, but then all of a sudden, adult Link came out, really visceral and violent, swinging his sword, looking incredibly heroic, and the crowd just went wild.
It's a mature look and take on the Zelda game. Can't wait to see this one.
That's a far cry from the Wind Waker. Wow, Link looks kinda hot. The GameCube may be having a harder time keeping up in the console race right now, but as long as Nintendo keeps working to please their fans, the cute little cube should continue to pack a gaming punch. There's still a lot of ground to cover here at E3, but don't collapse on me now, because when we come back, we'll find out why the PC will still be alive and kicking for a long time to come. Oh, and booth babes. Yeah, lots of booth babes when we return.
You're watching Filter, Best of E3 04.